On the screen right now, you're looking at one of our clients who we recently took from doing $1.8 million to over $6.2 million in the last 180 days and increased their overall sales by 244%. And now we didn't do this through jumping on the latest trend, and we didn't do this by putting and changing button colors on our website that magically hypnotize people to buy their products. We were able to achieve this volume of sales by doing CRO the right way. Now, the number one most common mistake I see people make with conversion rate optimization is they think it's all about increasing your conversion rate. But what you'll notice for this client is their conversion rate was actually down. But if we take a look at their average order value, it was up over 26%, which for this client was over an additional $60 per order. And by doing CRO, we were also able to increase their online store sessions by 230%. Conversion rate optimization is not all about just increasing your conversion rate. A lot of the times it's about just being able to maintain it or actually play defense to stop it from dropping lower. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step absolutely everything we did to be able to take this client from doing 1.8 million to 6.2 million in 180 days and give away all of the things that we do so that way you can just copy it and implement it yourself. So when it comes to conversion rate optimization, the most important thing is that I want you to understand conversion rate optimization is not just about changing button colors, and it's not just about moving sections around, okay? That definitely can play a part of it, but real conversion rate optimization is actually just building a website for your ideal customer so that way they can have a better customer journey. And well, how do we build a website for my ideal customer or your ideal customer? You have to understand who that person is, okay? And so many people just go surface level with this stuff, and they have, one little review that they'll read, or they'll just do a quick little Google search and be like, all right, I know who I'm selling to. But that's not good enough. You have to go through and you have to do massive amounts of research before you even start considering optimizing or touching your website. Because if you're just optimizing your website of what you think looks good or what you think looks cool, you're going to actually hurt your conversion rate more than you're actually going to help it. So as you can see here, we're actually inside our paid program here, Evolve, which if you're interested in that, there is a link down below for you to go and check out. But our agency actually follows the exact same research process that we teach to the people in this program. And the very first thing that we do is we make sure that we dive deep and actually start to understand our product and do what I call self-onboarding, okay? Obviously you have a product and you're probably selling it right now, but it is such a good idea for you to just take a step back and actually just look at your product and be like, okay, what the heck am I selling? And let's just go deep into what this product is, what does it do for people, what are all the benefits, what are all the features, and just start laying everything out so that way you can actually understand the most important thing, which is what am I selling? And then from there, you need to spend a few hours, ideally every single week, going through and researching around your product, around your competitors, and understanding who your ideal customers are. Some of our favorite ways to do this are just through Google, just doing Google research and looking at some of the products in the shopping carousel or going to some press pages and just trying to figure out who we're selling to and what other options are out there through Google. Another amazing way to do this is by using Amazon. Same kind of thing. We go through Amazon. There are billions of dollars of sales that happen every single day on Amazon. So going through Amazon and actually being able to understand what's going on over there will definitely help you have a better understanding of your customers as well. Reddit is a super underrated place. Go into Reddit and just honestly start diving into some of those threads. See what people are talking about. See what questions they have. See what they're saying. See what the pain points are. Start diving into Reddit threads. YouTube research is another phenomenal one. Start just looking up the problem. So for example, if you sell a product that maybe helps with energy, just go into YouTube and type in, why do I have low energy? Or how to fix low energy. And what's amazing about that is you're going to start to see videos and creators that are making content that is resonating with your ideal prospect. And you're going to be able to learn from them and figure out what you need to say, what they're hearing, and how you can actually better cater to these people. So I cannot stress how important this is. Don't get me wrong. Is it boring to go and do research? Of course it is. But if you actually have a process for it and you actually start to take notes on absolutely everything that you're learning, you are going to be able to build a way better website, and you're going to be able to do conversion rate optimization the right way. Now, one final thing that I want to note here is that your research will work more on you than you work on it, okay? And the most important thing to take away from this is the fact that the goal is not to just fill a document or just do research because Spencer says so. The goal is to do research so you actually know what the heck to do, okay? You're not just doing research because you're supposed to, you're doing research because it actually helps you know what to optimize and actually helps you fill the holes that are on your website. I want you to kind of think of your website right now as a bucket. Your website or your bucket has a bunch of holes in it. And our goal with research is to try to find those and patch those with CRO. So step one is make sure you do the research to actually understand what is going on out in the world and also who your ideal customer is. Now, the next number one most important thing is a customer feedback survey. Literally anybody can do this. And honestly, if you're just starting out or maybe you only have like 100 customers, I don't care. Just literally call someone and ask them this question and go through and literally say what needs improvement on the store. And by asking people this, you wouldn't believe it, but they're going to give you their feedback of things that were missing. For example, like product information and details. Some people were confused on sizing or website layout and navigation. They couldn't find your actual products or the specific one that they were looking for. The visual content, which is a huge one, and we'll get into that, but they actually aren't even able to like really understand what your product does because you don't have the right content. Product support and learning materials. They want more information about how they actually use the product, and there's no chat, so they can't actually ask their questions. And all of these things, as I'm sure you're probably putting together, just by asking people, hey, what is wrong with our website or what needs to be improved, you're going to get a master list of things that you can just automatically go and fix. And I am telling you without a doubt, if you're just to go and do this, if there's one thing that you take from this video, if you just go and do this and just apply all of the things that your customers are telling you to fix, I can almost guarantee you that you will be able to scale further. Honestly, it's the simplest thing to do, but it is so effective and so many people just don't do it. Why? Because it's kind of boring. Who wants to survey customers? Who wants to do that? Who wants to send an email out and ask for feedback, right? People just don't want to do it. But I'm telling you, if you take the time to do this stuff, and again, if you don't have a big customer list, just literally go to your orders and dial someone up and be like, hey, tell me more about my website. You're going to get the information that actually matters because nobody cares what your website looks like, okay? Nobody cares about what you think looks cool, right? It only matters about your customers' opinions, okay? They are the ones that you should be listening to, not the people who are telling you what to change or, hey, I'm a conversion expert, but I have no idea who your customer is, right? Just make your website for your ideal customers, and I'm telling you, it will convert a lot better. Now, the next thing in there is once you actually go through and you do the research and you ask your customers what needs to be fixed, you're going to want to plan everything out in some kind of CRO planner, okay? And this is the one that we use. It's very simple, and I'm actually gonna talk a little bit more about this as well. But as you can see, we have a very simple process of, hey, here's the concept, here's the explanation of what we're doing, here's the test type, here's the team that needs to work on it. Again, if you're the team, that's fine. We then rank it in 3 areas, which is impact, confidence, and ease. And from there, we're able to prioritize what we need to work on. So for this instance, anything that is high impact, high confidence, and very easy to do, that's something that we should do right away. So for example, optimizing a hero banner here, which is something that we're actually working on for one of our clients, is 1, super easy to do. 2, is going to have a very high impact. And 3, we're very confident in it because we've done the research to know, oh, wow, we just got some new imagery that is really in line with what we've been finding out about our customers. And we believe this is definitely going to help conversion rate. So by actually taking the time to plan out your tests and actually think through them and then be like, okay, well, what is super easy to do or what is going to have a big impact, right? So for example, for me to actually explain this a little bit further, impact basically means how big of an impact will this test actually have on the website, right? Like if you go in and you start testing price, that's probably going to have a pretty big impact. But if we go down and reorganize the footer and then we move the Facebook icon from the left side to the right side, that's not going to have a big impact at all, right? So is this something that every single user will go through? And if more users are going through it, then that means it's probably going to have a bigger impact. Now, confidence is how confident are you that this test will work? Again, 90% of people in the customer feedback survey ask for a better size guide, whereas, oh, I saw it on Twitter. right? The difference in those two things with your confidence is night and day. So how much research have you done, and have we seen this work on other clients? And so for example, what I'm about to show you, if you've seen it work for us, then you can take that and use it. But at the end of the day, you should still be doing research to figure out how it's going to work for you. And then of course, ease is very simple. How easy of a test is it to set up? Is this something where I could just go into the CMS and hide something or change a headline? Or am I building a brand new landing page from scratch, right? So obviously, again, the harder it is, the lower the score, the easier it is, the higher the score. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense. What I want to get at though here is the CRO concepts and the importance of this, so that way you can understand a little bit more about what we did for this brand. So for this brand in particular, the CRO that we did was focused on a landing page. And because we focus on running ads to specific landing pages for our brands, we literally are currently on version 6.0 of this landing page. And this is something, again, another thing that somebody said that just doesn't make any sense is you don't need to constantly make new landing pages, okay? If you just spend more time optimizing a single landing page rather than making a new landing page every single month, you will probably convert much higher and be able to scale your ads a lot further than the brand that is, again, creating a new landing page every single month because they just want to redo it from scratch, right? So what we focus on is we focus on chunking things up. And if you hung around this long in the video, you're actually going to get a sneak peek at one of our landing pages that has been crushing for a client for a very, very long time. But you'll notice here that landing page V2 is we went in and we were optimizing this for more cold traffic. Our previous landing page was like more for warmer traffic. We went in, we optimized it for cold by adding more details around the product and what it does. Then landing page V3, what did we do next? Well, rather than having people go to the collection page from the landing page, we just took the actual product and we put it right on that landing page so people could actually add to cart and check out from there. And then the next thing that we did that actually worked with our landing page is we added some custom cart logic. We went into our custom cart and we created a specific flow of upsells for this brand in particular in order for us to show specific products when other products have been actually added into the cart. So we got very strategic with that as well. Now, some of this stuff will require custom code, but there's also some great apps as well that you can use. And then landing page version 4.0 was a very simple update, but basically we went from having the product that was on pre-order to now being in stock. So we went through and we redid the landing page around that. We emphasized the fact that we're finally off pre-order and we're back in stock and that we've sold out multiple times. So we re-optimized the page around that. Now, to give you context, two more things that we're working on right now is one, like I said, the updated hero section, but two is now we're going to incorporate some of the new UGC that we just got. So again, we're not building new landing pages every single month. What we're actually focusing on here is literally just optimizing the page that we have and making it better through split tests. Now, to actually jump into an example of a landing page, and if you don't know how to do this and you're on desktop and you're building landing pages desktop first, you need to stop what you're doing and right click on all of your pages on desktop, go to inspect, and make sure you drag this into a mobile view because 90, typically sometimes even more, but 80 to 90% of your customers are going to be shopping on mobile. So it is crucial that you actually take the time to optimize for mobile. Now, if you're wondering, this page was actually built with Replo. So Replo.app is honestly a great app to use. I mean, we actually started custom coding pages now, but for a lot of our clients, we actually would just use Replo. It's super easy. You can basically create anything on there. They have tons of templates and I definitely recommend checking them out. With that said, I want to talk about what we're doing here and then talk about this section in particular, because above the fold is probably the most important area. So the first thing that you'll notice here is we have trusted by 10,000 plus hockey players. Okay, boom. Right away, we're starting with social proof. The next thing on here, save big on the world's smartest and slickest hockey bags. Again, a bold headline, and this is something that we constantly test. But we're talking about how number one, you can save, and then number two, this is the smartest and slickest hockey bag. So sometimes the goal of the headline is just to get people interested. Like, okay, why is this the smartest hockey bag? Like, that's kind of interesting. I didn't know hockey bags could be smart, right? And then from there, you'll notice we have a very clear image of the product. We have a photo of a hockey player and we have some nice little call outs. Now, could these call outs be a little bit bigger? Yes, I would say so. But the main thing is here is we're talking about some of the main benefits of this product. There's 2 air vents to keep everything fresh. There's huge storage for all of your gear, and there's A-grade waterproof material. Okay, so we're talking about some of the benefits of the product as well. Then from there, we have a very clear call to action. Shop and save on bags. And by clicking this, you'll notice that it's actually going to scroll the user down to our order form, which is exactly what we want to do when someone is ready to make a buying decision. And you'll notice underneath, we have some colors and sizes may be sold out, which I absolutely love. And it's something that we have tested and continues to convert well, because now we're making it seem like, oh geez, like these are selling out and like these are really in demand and people are like, feel like they're missing out, right? We're creating a little bit of FOMO there. And this is something where, again, test this for your brand in particular, but it is working extremely well. Underneath, we have a nice little slider that says 6-month warranty, free shipping in US and Canada. Again, boom, more social proof, 10,000 plus happy customers. And something that I just want to call out is the fact that this is all aligned, okay? We don't have 10,000 here and then 8,500 here and then 50,000 here, right? It's all aligned and we're actually building on that social proof and credibility. Now, as we scroll down, this section right here, right underneath the fold, is honestly one of the most important sections. So it is very important that you test this as well. But what we found is, because this is a product that people kind of need to see, is that we put a video in here and we simply just said, see the bag in action. And boom, underneath here, massive social proof, Chris Kibu, I probably said his name wrong, 180K subscribers, right? And we have a nice little piece of text that says, no more stepping on your shoes or stuffing the wet old doormat into your bag. Simply unzip the bacterial resistant clean tech foot mat and change in comfort. And that was actually a quote from Chris. And so this is something where, again, showing the video here and letting people see it in action is an incredible way for people to just fully understand and see the product. And again, this has been an incredibly high performing video for us as well. So getting this on the page and having kind of some sort of social proof and credibility on top of all of the other people that are buying it is an incredible thing to have on your landing page. The next thing on here is you'll notice that we get into a very simple 5 reasons why. Now, for this client in particular, this works really well because there actually is like 5 really good reasons and 5 kind of main functions that this product has that makes sense for us to do. But just because we're doing a 5 reasons why does not mean that you should also do it as well. But with that said, you can take inspiration from this. So again, stay clean and dry, a big benefit that our potential customers want. Find your gear faster. Again, another benefit that our ideal customers want. Huge space to fit everything. Again, sometimes you have to cram everything into your old hockey bag, not with this product. No more wet gear, right? Boom, there's the vent. Easy grab and go, right? Boom, there's the actual bag. It's sturdy, it's durable, all of the good things that people want when they're looking for this specific product. So we're actually then just able to call out some of the USPs. And then from there, well, why do 10,000 plus players? Again, this is in line with everything that we're saying. Why do they dig Conway and Banks? Well, it was built by hockey players. It has air vents. There's a fold out foot mat. There's storage dividers, and there's an unbeatable 6-month warranty. And if we look at traditional hockey bags, they don't come with any of that. So obviously Conway and Banks is the clear choice. But again, another thing that I just want to stress here is that just because we're using a comparison chart does not mean that you should also use a comparison chart. But because our product is so much superior than a lot of the alternatives out there, then it makes sense for us to kind of call this out. And now finally, as we get down here, you'll notice that we actually have the order form right on the landing page. And again, the reason why we do this and the reason why we have this now is because we split tested it and it actually worked extremely well, which I can actually show you the data here. As you can see, this is basically new landing page V3. We were able to increase overall profit by 22% with having this on the actual page. Now, this is not actually the exact split test that we ran for this client. So I would highly recommend that you split test it for yourself as well, which I'm going to get into how we do split testing. But this was actually the exact same test for another client that we ran. We literally went from having the product lead to a collection page to having the product on the actual landing page, and it did convert much, much better. So this is something that we see pretty consistent, but again, make sure you always test it. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about our split testing process as well. But again, going back to the landing page, boom, social proof again, 10,000 plus satisfied customers, Conway and Banks, premium smart hockey bag, right? This matches with what we told them in the beginning. And then we just get straight into the order functionality, right? Save $43. Here's our offer. Do you want carry? Do you want with wheels? Okay, size. Do you want senior? Do you want small, medium? And would you look at this? We have our size guide, and boom, we go to a very clean size guide. So that way there's no logistical objections, right? We don't want people wondering what size is for them. Okay. And now another thing that I want to note that kind of happened when I switched this is that this image updates whenever I click the actual product. And that is something that is so important because you need to be visual. You need to show people what they're buying. And most importantly, you need to also make sure that these images here are extremely optimized. Again, we're showing it in the environment. We're showing all of the USPs. We're showing it again in the environment, hockey sticks, shoes next to the bag. Here's another one in the locker room, right? Here's a nice little gift showing the gear getting in there. And this is something that I cannot stress enough. Having this order form optimized is one of the highest ROI things that you can do. So if you're not optimizing and testing your order form on your landing page or even just in your product page, that is something that I 100% recommend that you do. And now the most important thing here is that we actually have all of the buy options. So everything you need to buy the product is all right here. But as we scroll a little bit further, you'll notice that's when we get into all of the other selling points. So we have the overview here, we have the materials here, we have the warranty, we have the shipping and returns, and then we actually have a little size chart to kind of show what it looks like, right? Organization, easily to keep neat. Durability, 3 years. Ventilation is not going to be fully fresh, but it's going to keep your stuff a lot fresher. Weight, well, it's not the lightest, it's not the heaviest, it's kind of right in the middle. And so this is something that we found, again, by doing research, that a lot of customers had questions around, like how much can I fit in there? Like how durable is it? What's the ventilation like? And so we were able to get some of these main questions and these main concerns put right onto the page, right underneath a very valuable area, which is the order form, and able to address a lot of these things. Now, again, with this order form, this is probably one of the most powerful pages or one of the most powerful areas on your entire page. So making sure that you optimize this and split test this like crazy is going to be super important. You'll also notice that we have other callouts here: free shipping, hassle-free returns, 6-month warranty, satisfaction guarantee, right? We're calling out all of the things that are actually going to help make a buying decision for anyone that's a little bit concerned on this purchase. And now the final thing down here is we're just finishing with UGC, right? Boom. Here's social proof. Here's people loving their products. Look, they got a customize on there. Here's another kind of hockey influencer that made a post for us, right? As we scroll down, there's the sides guide as well. And of course, we have this linked here so nobody has any questions. And then boom, we go into more social proof, real reviews from real hockey players. Again, here's the carousel of people using it. And then most importantly, the frequently asked questions. This is something that we recently split tested. And I'm telling you, if you don't have frequently asked questions easily accessible on your product page or on your landing page, you definitely need to get them on there because they will help you convert so much better, right? A lot of the reasons why people don't buy is just because they have unanswered questions and there's not a salesperson there to, ask, right? And so this page is your salesperson. So making sure all of these things are addressed. And again, you can get these from doing ad comment research, on whatever ads you're running on Facebook, or again, going back and doing YouTube research and Amazon research and all of these other different types of research methods as well. So long story short, this is an example of what we did for our specific client. Again, this is not the exact page that we did because for the sake of client privacy, I have to keep them anonymous. But with that said, this is the exact same thing, right? This is the exact same thing that we did for that client, and it follows the exact same process. Now, their page might have had one different section, but for the most part, the reason why I'm showing you this landing page is because it's very similar to what we did for that brand that we took to over $6 million. Now, the final thing here is split testing, okay? Split testing on your website is one of the most valuable things to do. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, we went down 31% in overall conversion rate over that 180-day period. But the truth is that if we were not split testing and we weren't trying to optimize and improve our landing page's conversion rate with an actual A/B testing tool, this conversion rate probably would have been down a lot more, because when you increase traffic this aggressively with your paid ads, your conversion rate is going to want to completely crumble. So it is so important that you actually take the time to go through and run proper split tests on your page. Because if you're the type of person that, let's say for example, you change your headline and then you're going back to your Shopify website and you want to check your conversion rate today versus yesterday, it's going to be completely different, okay? The main thing here is that this is essentially a black box, and this isn't really going to give you data on all of the tests that you run. So you need an A/B testing tool, and the one that we use is called Intelligems, but you need an A/B testing tool to actually provide direction and give you clean data on what is working on your page and what is not. So Intelligems is our go-to tool. It plugs straight into Shopify. It has incredible reporting, and this is a great example of exactly what we did on our client's landing page to actually improve not just conversion rate, but also average order value, right? Here's another split test, like I was saying earlier, that we were able to go from a $210 average order value to $231. And that was simply by making the changes that we did to put the order form onto the landing page. Now, if you're wondering how we actually increased average order value by 26% for this brand in particular, which again had a huge impact on overall sales, one of the main things that we did here was bundle. And now in this landing page here, the only thing that is different from the actual one that helped us get to 6.2 million was that we actually had bundles as well. Now for this client in particular, bundles don't really make sense because you don't really need more than one hockey bag. But for the client, again, I'm gonna leave them anonymous, we decided to just bundle because we realized people could buy more than one. And so by bundling using a very simple app, one of the best apps that we recommend out there is an app called Pumper, which is literally free. So go ahead, go into the Shopify app store and just look up Pumper and you'll be able to find it. But by using an app like that to then create specific bundles of selling 1, 2, and 3 of our clients' products, we were able to bump average order value massively, or for lack of better words, pump average order value massively, okay? So that is the only thing that is different essentially from this landing page to the one that was for the actual client, is we had some bundles, but again, make sure the bundles actually make sense for your brand. Don't just add bundles because it bumps average order value. Just make sure you add them in a logical way that makes sense. And now the final few things here that I want to show is an incredible tool of how we actually continue to optimize after that massive success. How do we maintain conversion rate? How do we continue to improve and try to actually hold our conversion rate as we increase scale? Well, one of the best tools to do it is a tool called heatmap.com. And as you can see, this is actually an interactive heat map that a lot of people don't know about. And I've saved this to the end because if you've made it all the way to the end, you deserve to know about this. But this is an incredible tool that actually shows you the revenue per click and the revenue per session. So in this instance here, I can see, for example, for this brand, which also happens to be another hockey brand, that this section right here actually has an 8.95 revenue per click, whereas this section underneath has a 9.81. And so what's interesting to me is the fact that I can also see not only is this getting less clicks, so 343 clicks and 11 purchases, this is getting more clicks and more purchases. So logically, what we should be doing is taking this and moving it up to the top, since more people are actually clicking adult tylo neck and wrist versus youth tylo neck and wrist. And so this is something, again, exact same scenario on the landing page. If we see specific people are clicking this video, or maybe they're not clicking this video, or maybe they're stopping on this section, or they're clicking on these sections, we can actually start to optimize our page further around that data. So having a tool like heatmap.com to provide us those kinds of insights is absolutely mission critical for us to be able to continue to increase conversion rate, or obviously in the scenario of this client over here, just continue to maintain and play defense. And so the final thing that I want to leave you with is that when you're doing conversion rate optimization, again, it's not about just increasing your conversion rate. It's really about just trying to maintain. A lot of people think the goal of CRO is to go from a 4% conversion rate to a 5% conversion rate, where the truth is if your conversion rate's increasing, then you're probably just not scaling it hard enough. Because if you ask me and you're trying to hit the sales numbers that I just showed you, you should be scaling your traffic further, because if you're actually improving your conversion rate, that means you can scale ads further. So just because your conversion rate is going up doesn't mean that you're doing things right. If anything, that means yes, you're doing conversion rate optimization right, but you're not scaling your traffic enough. So again, the most important thing here is that the goal of conversion rate optimization is not to have a high conversion rate so you can flex and tell all your friends. The goal of conversion rate optimization is to help you scale your traffic further so you can actually get more sales, okay? That is the goal. It's not about having a big high conversion rate. The goal is about being able to scale your sales further, because last time I checked, you can't pay bills with your conversion rate, and you can't really do anything with conversion rate other than just, I guess, flex to your friends about how high your conversion rate is, okay? So again, the goal of conversion rate optimization is to be able to increase your sales and not your conversion rate. So with all that said, that is exactly how we scaled this brand from doing $1.8 million in 180 days to over 6.2 million. Now you can obviously go and try to take absolutely everything that I just showed you and go and do it yourself. But chances are you're probably going to run into a lot of roadblocks. Obviously, I don't have time to go into exactly how we set up split tests and exactly how we optimize with heatmap.com and exactly how we build our landing pages, right? There is a lot that goes into conversion rate optimization. So if you don't want to hit those bottlenecks and you want to see numbers like this on your store, then I'd highly recommend that you go and click the link down below to check out our website, easyamedia.com, where we'll help you increase your conversion rate. So that way we can scale your traffic further and ultimately improve your overall sales, which is the main goal, by doing everything that I just talked about in this video. So again, that's going to be the first link in the description down below at easyaimmedia.com. And if you're looking for the help of a growth focused team to get you to that next level, book a call down below and I will speak to you soon.